take the best characteristics of your favorite dogs and make an ultimate dog, what would it be?
I did that already.
Uh,
Cairo.
Cairo.
Yeah, people, they see, the thing about Cairo is they see puppy pictures of Cairo. The the biggest mistake I ever made was not learning how to use a damn camera, man, because I'm just no good with a camera. And I'm one of these guys that I let my dogs run free, and I would just sit back, eat, have a beer, do whatever, watch my dogs be dogs. And I just admire the dogs, you know? And I admire my dogs, but I've never been a photographer. So a lot of these people see Cairo and I laugh at people like, oh, Cairo was a beast. It was an unbelievably impressive animal. There was rumors that his head was 28 and a half. The truth of the matter, his head was a true probably 25, 26. That's a big head. 24 is a big head, okay? He had, to me, the ultimate, I mean, just every element. I like those big softball cheeks, you know, the cheeks that stick out. I like that sculpted head with the defined stop and the chiseled muzzle, you know what I mean, squared out. I like a certain type of eye. I like that eye with the arch over it that has Paddington's the one that threw that in my line. But there's a certain look that I like to a head, and I like every aspect of the head to be sculpted. The neck. My dogs have to have that. I was an Amstaff lover. One thing I love about Amstaff was that arch neck, that big arch like a horse, you know what I mean? Cairo had that big horse neck. I like to look down on the dog and see the split between their, you know, the shoulder blades, you know, on their back. I like to see the shoulders and the muscle tone of the shoulders when you look it down on a dog protrude out, you know, where you can see the build, not the elbows out, but the shoulder part, you know, the muscle side of it. And then when you look down on a dog, I like to see it taper in and then do the same in the rear. I want that big, powerful rear. When you look at the side of the dog, I want perfectly straight legs. I want slight angulation to the rear. I want an undercut to the stomach. You know, when I look at the front, I want a deep chest, but still somewhat broad. You know what I mean? So when I'm looking at a dog, I'm looking for every element to be there. And Cairo had every one of those elements. Cairo, truly in his prime, I would say was mid to upper 90s at top weight. He wasn't short, and I don't know heights these days. People are crazy. I don't even know how they measure these days. My dog's 12 inches. That, to me, I didn't know 12 inches is like a wiener dog, you know? So Cairo, in my opinion, was probably maybe 19 3/4, you know, 20, I don't know. Which now people say 20 is like this tall. No, 19 to 20 was the average height of the dog. So he was a nice dog for that. But the thing about Cairo was he was protective. You could take him out in public. He was outgoing. He was a very powerful dog, very athletic. I think that might have been his demise because he would go right out here in the woods and chase deer. You know, not a lot of dogs are going to chase deer. Cairo would take off chasing deer. He had a lot of prey drive. He loved females, loved puppies. Puppies could do anything to him. Wasn't fond of males. He would eyeball males. He was definitely a dominant male, you know. But the one thing I loved about Cairo is he had this, with all his power and all his drive and everything about him, he had this something for children. It's like as soon as a kid would come around, he would melt. And I remember taking the Cairo to dog shows, and when you would pass another male, Cairo had that, you could feel it in the leash. You could feel that he would stare a dog down, and you wouldn't hear the growl, but you could feel it, you know, because he liked to intimidate males. That's just his personality, but not females, not puppies. You could give that leash to a child, and at the moment the child had that leash, Cairo would not look at any dog anywhere. He would just, his main focus was on that child. So he was 100% in tune with the child, and to me, that was like an ultimate. That's something that people don't even talk about with dogs. You know, talk about how impressive the dog was. Cairo was unbelievably impressive, but I can hand at least to a child, and the dog's personality completely changed. It was like his only focus was being and interacting with that kid. Kids could get on his back and ride with him. He would lay on the ground with kids. He would crawl. Like, he would lay on the ground and crawl across the ground and just do all kinds of funny little things with kids because he was a child lover, you know? And but still a powerful, crazy dog. So to me, like, man, that's the ultimate. When you get a dog like Cairo, that was it. And to me, that was the ultimate dog. Now it's hard for me to say that because I don't know all the personalities of the dogs, and there's a lot of things that I don't see and I don't know. So, you know, but there's never been a dog in my mind like that one.
He's an Eagles fan, by the way.
Oh, and I got eagle tattoos and shit.
But this is the award he got today. Much deserved, man. Everything the men and women in our services do for our country, man. Much appreciated, man.
And for those guys that give it, it almost made me cry out there getting something like that.
Anything you want to say to your brothers and sisters in the armed forces out there that's still overseas in Afghanistan and Iraq?
Stay up and don't get down. Just stay up and go by the day.
Appreciate it, man. Much respect.
I go out to the shows and I show him, but he's my house dog. You know, all my dogs get treated equally. None of them get favoritism. You know, all of them are, you know, they're my kids. You know, my kids come first, my family comes second. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. You know, you don't have anybody to defend them. I'm here to defend them. You know, that's what I do.
I'm not trying to build new dogs. I'm trying to create what's already out there. I'm just trying to better it my way, my style, my liking. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. You produce what you like, and that's your flow. Much respect. I like every dog. Might not be my style of dog, but I'm not never going to talk about a better dog. Rocket Ruby works for me. My whole yard is basically going to be based on KO, back to some outcrossing with the blood that we work with, which is some old school Clover Hill and York blood from back in the days, and a little bit of the Mr. Pink blood, which has been working for us. We've been producing some nice dogs. We don't need to come out here and bring 20, 50, 30 dogs. So we know what we produce. People showing up productions, they placing at the ring, and that's all we really care. We appreciate it. If you get to know us, this is what you get, straight out people. We don't bullshit nobody, we don't rob nobody. We about us. That's what we are. The world's yours, Kennels, baby.
A pedigree site that was free, that I could, like myself, like anyone out there, I want to research where he came from because it was important to me. He was part of my family, and I want to know more about him. But there was other sites there that you had to put a credit card or you had to email. Nothing concrete that I can, as an owner, go to a website, type in the name, and find out more about my dog. And Bullypedia was sparked because of that thought, because of that dog. So Bullypedia was inspired by a dog, not by the individual. I was just an instrument to make that happen. So I do own an American Bully by name Sasha and a couple other dogs that I breed, but I'm not a breeder by any means. My specialty is technology.
Oh, my name is Anthony Gray from Superior Bully Kennels, located in North Carolina, and I specialize in handling dogs and trying to do something good for this bully world.
How long have you been handling American Bullies?
Handling dogs personally since 2009, handling dogs for other kennels, 2011, I want to say.
What made you want to get to specialize in handling?
Man, I just love dogs, and dogs like to, dogs know when you're genuine. They'll work for you, they'll work. Just, the bully breed is a dedicated breed, so they know if somebody is, really for them. I just walk up to a dog. Half of the dogs I show, I never met before. So it's on the spot, here's the dog, going to the ring, and I come out with a ribbon. So, I just do it because I love to show dogs.
Right here we have the 1 and 2 ranked, number 1 and 2 ranked American Bullies today. Just a quick glimpse into the show this afternoon, going for grand champion. Want to talk about it?
Man, it's gonna be tough. This is my first time seeing Bistro in person. I mean, beautiful animal. Bully, pocket. Substance, correct. Awesome dog. But like I tell everybody, it's not just 1 and 2. It's a lot of nice champions, grand champions, even your regular class dogs out here. It's gonna be a good show. Gonna be a lot of competition.
A lot of well put together dogs for sure.
I think Bistro's won, 14 straight now?
13.
13 in 9 different states?
9 different states, yeah.
Why travel so much?
Just trying to keep them number 1. Show everyone the dog. And Cali doesn't have as many shows as you guys have out here.
Wow.
We don't have shows for 3 weeks out there, so that's why we came out here.
I'm looking forward to the showdown today. Thank you all.
No
Thank you.
I think it's going to take a turn for the better now.
What's your thoughts on exotic pit bulls, the ones that they call today?
Well, exotic pit bull is just a half English bulldog. You know what I mean? That's all it really is. Years ago, if dogs were mixed, they would bring out dogs that were 25%, and they were just better quality. Now they got straight English bulldogs. I don't understand the point, to be honest with you. I don't know what else to say about that. It's not really a breed, it's just a mutt.
All right, thank y'all today. As a family, why get involved with the American Bullies?
Man, basically, you know what I'm saying? I always had dogs from a kid. So from a kid, you know what I'm saying? My kids always had dogs, so
I just decided just to, you know, like maybe like 3 years ago, just to go into the dog shows and see what it's really about. And as I started seeing, you know, things started progressing for us as a team. And as a team, you know, we all considered ourselves, you know what I'm saying, big dogs, risk kennels, straight from Long Island, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So every dog I did from a little kid was I hustled. I've been doing dogs since like 87, 88, you know what I'm saying? Game dogs, from game dogs into this new breed stuff here. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing, basically trying to stay on top of my son with this junior handler set up. So that way he can learn. Even though you go to college, you might not get a job. But you got something to fall back on because your parents was doing it from day one. And that's what it is, the dog game. So, you know what I'm saying? Basically, he knows how to sell pups and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I just decided just to push him a little harder, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that he understands that, yo, everything you can't get just like that. You gotta crawl before you can walk. And basically, big dogs and risk kennels crawl. And now we walk. So.
Emoji football for the Big Dogs West Kennels. And for last year, I was the #1 junior handler, and I'm trying to go at it this year.
Okay. We done a couple of interviews. First met you, I guess, at the PA show, correct?
Wait, yeah, the Allentown, yep.
And I think you had the One Drop daughter.
Yeah, Charisma.
Okay. Who was your mentor and handling?
Dogman the Great.
Dogman the Great. That's right. Because I actually did an interview with him and he talked about you.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you to want to get into the junior handling?
I don't know, my dad, he always did the shows, and then they brought Junior Handler out, so I said, I'll try it, and I guess I started to like it. I just kept doing it.
So what was the part that Dogman played in your training?
Well, he trained me on how to stack the dog, and he trained me on the questions that they ask you in the ring. And, yeah, he trained me on like how to handle the dog, and most of the stuff that you need to handle.
I think I said this one time before, and I sounded kind of arrogant saying it, but I didn't say it to be arrogant, but I think Remy Line's going to save the bully world. And the reason why I say it is because at some point you have to clean stuff up. And to me right now, the cleanest bully dogs out there are Remy Line dogs. And that's just my personal opinion. So 5 years from now, I think everybody's going to come back or need some of it to put into whatever they're doing.
You got the straps, you got the belly strap, you got a neck strap, vest comes off. Put the vest on, strap it in, buckle in, put the girdle on, buckles, ready to rock.
I'm Mark Nudo, and I've been selling Eukanuba in the New York City market and the New Jersey market for about 18 years now. So I've kind of grown up with this product, and the science behind it has just gotten better and better as the years have gone on. We've got all life stages. We've become breed specific with it. We have diets for skin and coat. We have diets for stomach. We've done a lot of different things over the years that have really made it truly one of the best products in the industry.
From what I hear, man, y'all pretty competitive in the South as far as in the show ring, man.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna say this, me personally, I'm a competitor all the way. I played sports all my life, so it's just, to be able to do some things with my dog, to be on a competing level, but in the right way, it's a great experience. I love, like I said, the South is what it is. There's a lot of great dogs out there, all up and down North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, the whole area. So when you get to compete against some of the better dogs, and you win, that's a great experience.
Now, can you tell the story? It's a special story that you had on your post one time about how Big Papa and that litter of 3 almost didn't make it.
Yeah, that was my first litter of puppies ever. And what happened, we had to do a C-section on Juno. She produced no milk. She doesn't produce any milk. Vets have tried everything. So what happened, maybe they gave us some powdered milk. 3 days in, all the puppies got sick. Took them to the vet. He said they're gonna die. There's nothing you could do. Me and my wife both took. All together, I took 2 weeks off work. She took 2 weeks off work. And it was like, these puppies didn't ask to be born, so we got to try to take care of them. And it was just the grace of God. That's the only way those puppies made it. And I mean, and all 3 of them, Papa grand champed, his 2 sisters champed out. I mean, that's coming from a vet telling me, hey, they're gonna die.
Wow.
Yeah, 48 hours at one point. I stayed up for 2 days in a row. Like, what am I gonna do if these puppies die?
To be honest with you, man, he is my brother. He's my protector. He's a son.
I see you on point right now.
He's always on point, man. Always on point. I think that some people, like, the same way I was new to the whole bully movement, there are people that are oblivious to it. And so, as pet owners, it's our job to also, educate people too. I educate my family. I educate people on the outside. I don't like tagging them pit bulls, because I do agree that they're in a class of their own, because I've owned both. A lot of similarities, a lot of differences, but definitely, man, I'm happy, man. Like I said, Steel Jaws, man, they spit some fire, man. This guy got some fire in his pedigree, man. And like I said, as long as people, man, are serious, the breeders, they're serious. Like, let me say this too, man. Some of you breeders out there, man, y'all going too far with what y'all putting on the market, man. Y'all fucking up the whole movement. Like, I was just telling Zeb that just 5 years ago, when I remember, like, going to, like, my first show and, really getting into the thick of the bully movement, and in comparison to now, it's a bunch of wannabes. Everybody got a kennel, everybody breeding, everybody doing this, everybody's doing that. And it's putting a lot of bullshit out there. There's a lot of Eastie Westies out there. A lot of bad temperaments, man. A lot of, when these dogs come out fucked up in their heads, it's messing it up for the other ones that are good. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I think right now the whole movement should be about cleaning up, man. Putting some of these Bama ass kennels on the spot that's putting out this poison. You know what I'm saying? That's polluting the whole breed itself. Fighting a dog, man, is fucked up because yes, it's effed up because at the end of the day, it damages the dog's mental. It damages the dog. It makes the dog insecure. It's never like having an insecure dog, man. You're not going to get the best out of your dog. In addition to that, you stand a chance of the dog hurting somebody, hurting a human. But the way I explained it to the young guy was, I said, you see my boy right here? I said, this is my friend. This is my companion. This is my partner. I said, now, if he's my companion, if he's my partner, why would I fight him? Why would I put him in danger to take the chance of losing? Because in the dog fight, somebody got to lose. It's a chance your dog loses, a chance the opposition will lose. So I don't even want to take that chance with my boy because he's a companion, he's a friend. So if you guys got dogs and you calling them your friends and you call them, your homie and your partner, you don't fight them. You don't fight your homie. You don't put your homie in harm's way. You don't put your homie in a position even if he does win, to get marked up. Man, I don't know if you guys have seen dog fights, but these dogs don't come back too good, man. They're really damaged up. With that whole thing right there, and I'm gonna say this, man, big up to Michael Vick. I don't care what nobody say. And I know somebody gonna be like, you a wild motherfucker. Like, how can you say that? Because at the end of the day, man, some of you people are fake about it, but some people were brought up in that environment. Some people were brought up in it. You know what I'm saying? I might be fighting dogs right now if it wasn't for certain people and certain things that I came across in my life to tell me that it was wrong. Certain things that I witnessed. But down there in the country, A lot of you people out there watching this right now, y'all know, so don't fake. They just made Michael Vick the poster boy for dogfight. But it's been going on before Michael Vick. It's still going on right now. And it's not to say that what Michael Vick did was cool, was fucked up. But he paid his dues already. To be locked down in the penitentiary, man, that's punishment enough. If you ain't never been locked up, man, trust, believe, that's punishment enough. So all you people that feel like he ain't paid his dues, man, fuck y'all, man. That man done paid his dues. That man grew up in that situation right there. So, you know, a lot of people grew up in that situation. It's not cool. Leave the dog fighting alone. I ain't got nothing else to say about it before y'all be like, that Michael Vick come, you like Michael Vick? You know, folks that hate Michael Vick, boy, they be like, Michael Vick? They got pictures of Michael Vick with a noose. That shit look racist as hell, but they do it, man.
Oh, man. Man, I appreciate your time with Zeb Pits today, man.
No problem, man. It was fun, man.
It's good, you know, good to hear from the people, man. Let them know, man, about their experiences dealing with the breed, man.
Definitely, man. Zeb, man, been around for a long time, man. Zeb actually one of the first people, man, that really got me on a seriously positive note with these dogs some damn near 10 years ago, man. So, you know, big up to Zeb, man. I wish you all the luck in the world, son, man. Do your thing, man. And hopefully, man, we get this whole bully movement going back in the right direction where it was going a couple years back, man, because there's some work to be done.
All right, man. Peace, man.
Peace.
You're 100% right. There's not a lot of people staying true to form on their beliefs, on their style. Pratt is, Remy Line is, D-Line is. Miyagi's one of the most hated dogs out there. If you don't like them, don't breed them.
Yeah.
I like the dog's face. I love that dog's head shape. People want to, you know, people was taking shots at the Kingpin line. People took shots at the guiding line. But what you are saying, like, you remember, you were there for this one. Everybody liked Nemesis, them big dogs. And as soon as Toshi hit the scene, that pocket pit, everybody started chasing that.
I remember
you know what I'm saying? People, yeah, it was. And the reason being is because Toshi was a phenomenal dog. He was a small dog with big boy features. You know what I'm saying? And every dog, we say every dog has his day. Every dog had their year. You seen, remember when Hef had his year. Paco had his year. Kamali had his year. Juan Gotti had his year. You know what I'm saying? Dax had his year. Miyagi had his turn. You know what I'm saying? Toshi had his turn. A lot of dogs is all, you know, again with promotion and who they got behind them. But, you know, yeah, I mean, as far as the health issues, I've definitely seen some dogs that, you know, that we call FUBAR. I'm not going to explain what that is because it might be kids watching this, but it basically means fouled up beyond all recognition. A lot of that comes with breeding, that are breeding, you know, when you do have that mixture, there's no question. You know, I've seen dogs that look like Flipper, you know, and some of these dogs, what's happening is a lot of dogs, every dog ain't meant to be bred. I'm gonna honestly say out of all of my dogs that I've made, I'm gonna say for what I like and for health reasons, I'm gonna say about 60 to maybe 65% of them were quality breedable dogs. The other 35% were pet quality. Were pet quality dogs. Every dog ain't meant to be bred. Kamali really could have been the next Remy Martin. He really could have. Pratt's a dog man. He don't give a shit about that. He don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Which Fabian is, but Pratt is doing his own thing. Pratt is a clean and correct bully breeder. That's what he breeds for. And to me, if he wanted to, if he really wanted to really promote and push, Kamali should have won the Nationals 2-3 years in a row. I'm gonna say it. And they knew when he was coming back in 09, if it won't, come on, man. That dog's what, 6-7 years old right now, and he's still, I mean, he looks like Ray Lewis. I will put Rakim with them neck and them shoulders up against anything walking anytime they want. And his grandchildren are like that. I got a Wheezy, who's off of Jefferson. She looks like a mini linebacker. He should have named the dog Head and Shoulders. That's what he should have named Kamali. But Kamali, in my opinion, him and Dax, if you was to morph them two dogs together, in my opinion, you would get the epitome of what an American bully is. Because I think both of them are, depending on what aspect you like. Well, if you like the clean, still more pit bullish looking dog, you would like Kamali. If you like the one that carries a more bulldogish trait, you would like Dax. If you give me my breeding and I can put that female, say Dax was a female and Kamali was the male, and put them two together or vice versa, it's a wrap. Stick a fork in them. I keep the whole litter. Ain't nothing for sale. Nothing.
Where did the name Papa Pit come from?
You know, the name Papa Pit came to me from a girl by the name of Lee Schlesinger. I bought one of my first show dogs from her. Actually, my brother did. My first one was from another lady, but he bought it from her, and I loved her like a daughter. Good family friend, and every time I go to show, she'd be there, and I would help her load her vehicles up. And one day she says, you know, I'm going to call you Papa Pit, that you're always helping me, like my pops and my dad. And we had that kind of relationship, you know. And from then on, it stuck. Everybody started calling me Papa Pit, and as you can see, I'm always the old guy at the shows, you know. Even my own kids say, you know, what are you doing hanging around with these young people, you know. It's just, it's something I've been blessed with, and I take it for what it is. It's a great name, a great nickname to have, and the dogs and the people have really blessed me, and I've had a great opportunity due to the fact of the dogs and the people.
What's one of the best places you've been like, man? I really like this spot for a dog show.
You know what? That's a good question. Be honest, I'm gonna say back home because of us having a consistent weather, and I'm just saying as far as the show conditions. But as far as just seeing the competitiveness, as far as in the show ring, I probably have to say South, man. They very competitive. I mean, East and South, we all competitive, but when I mean like the largest class I've seen so far at a show was maybe in the South, in Atlanta, in the South area. As far as large classes, you talk about 20, 30 dogs a class, you sitting there waiting all day, falling asleep waiting on the class. But I would say them. I would say as far as the show size, the show classes, that was the largest one.
What's the dog?
Besides the Nationals, I mean, of course, you know, Nationals 2008, that was probably the largest show I ever been to. That was the year I think Kamali took it. Yeah. Besides, back in the days, you know what? Back in the Pomona, see, because I was in it back in when we had them at Pomona. That was like probably the biggest show. Take that back. That was the happy days, though. Everybody just came out and supported. Everybody smiling. Nobody beefing and no crews and cliques saying this and that and that and this. Everybody was loved. That's back in 2004, though. At the Pomona Fairgrounds, Dave Wilson and he brought a whole crew out here all the way from the East Coast. It was really. I love those days. That was the best show and the biggest show. Let me take that back. Those days.